Hello, welcome. My name is Zara. I'll be taking you through your November 2024 astrology forecast. Do watch your sun, moon, and rising. Link down below if you'd like to book a reading. Timestamps will be provided down below for you to get to your sign. However, do watch the intro as well as a link down below if you'd like to show appreciation for these videos. November is jam-packed with a lot of energy, a lot of transformation. So let's get into the astrology. On the 1st of November, we have a new moon in Scorpio, which is very enlightening. Scorpio loves to reveal things to us, so things that we do not know, secrets, information. We gain clarity through what we know, as well as it's a new beginning and a fresh start, but we are dealing with the realms of Scorpio. So Scorpio is that transformative energy of death, birth, and rebirth. So what does that mean? Something needs to come to an end in order for something new to come through for us. On the 2nd of November, we have Mercury entering into Sagittarius, and on the 23rd of November, we have Mercury going retrograde. So it's important for us to be aware of that. Mercury retrogrades can bring up miscommunication, misunderstandings, and confusion. Not a good time to start anything new, including relationships, as well as signing any contracts. However, if it has been something you've been working on for a while, you can see the information coming through for you. So if a contract's been held up, it can come through now during the Mercury retrograde, because Mercury retrogrades are times for completing things. Any work, any project, any situation that you basically have been completing, now you can do so. Anything you've been working on prior, you can now see it coming to a close, coming to that ending cycle. Not a good time to start anything new. As well as when it comes to contracts, make sure you read and reread, as during Mercury retrograde, we can sometimes misread things. Okay, and we can get into situations that we didn't completely fully understand. Now, on November 3rd, we have Mars entering into Leo. Mars is already at its pre-shadow period of its retrograde. Mars will be going retrograde in the sign of Leo, December 6th. So we need to be aware of that. We're already dealing with the slowdown energy of Mars, which is lack of motivation, lack of energy, lack of feeling like we can move forward. So we can feel frustrated. Mars is that energy that deals with anger. So we can deal or see people getting angry a lot easier, as well as ourselves. That's the energy of Mars. Again, it's a time to slow down. It's a great time to complete things that you've been working on previously. When it comes to trying to pick up anything new during this time, you are going to struggle more with finding the motivation, the energy to get it going. Now, November 11th, we have Venus entering into Capricorn. This is all about our love, luxury, and beauty in the energy of Capricorn. We're very business-like when it comes to love and money. November 12th, we have Saturn going direct in the sign of Pisces. Now, Saturn is a planet of restrictions, boundaries, responsibility, hard work, and discipline. This will be a time for now putting that energy forward when it comes to hard work and discipline. Saturn is that energy where it takes a bit longer to get things done, but it is the energy of one step at a time, allows you to complete something. And during that time too, when Saturn is going direct, understand Saturn is this very karmic energy. So it offers us that energy of anything we've been doing, now we get our karmic dues, and that depends on you, the energy you basically have been putting out into the world. On November 15th, we have a full moon in Taurus. This is great for working on financial matters. It's great for our sense of worth and value. It's a great full moon for basically completing anything when it comes to value and feeling good. I would say this full moon is a lot about something being complete when it comes to what makes us feel good, Taurus is a Venus-ruled energy, so it's about our relationships. It's about our connection. So it is going to show us our connection to our sense of self-worth and value. November 19th. This is a big day. Let me say that again. Big day. Because we have Pluto entering into Aquarius. And Pluto will be in Aquarius until 2044. We are done with Pluto in Capricorn. Pluto's been in Capricorn since 2008. We have completed a major cycle. And when we reach this point, this is where we'll be understanding what we are done with, what we are complete with, what we are completely done with in an area in our lives. And this has a lot to do with the Capricorn themes of Capricorn deals, hard work, discipline. And in Pluto, it's very transformative to those areas when it comes to business and everything that deals with responsibility. When Pluto enters into Aquarius, and I will link that down below because I have a video where I've done Pluto in Aquarius until 2044, Pluto will be transforming the area of our connections and as we are as a society, as well as technology. Now we have on November 21st, the Sun enters into Sagittarius. November 23rd, Mercury goes retrograde in the sign of Sagittarius. And November 30th, we have a new moon in Sagittarius. This is where we are seeking freedom. But it's going to be, I feel with this new moon, it's going to be a little bit frustrating. For the fact that Mercury is now retrograde in Sagittarius. So we're dealing with those delays and mishaps. We have Mars also in a fire sign, slowing down. So this can be that energy of a little bit more feeling restricted. But thank goodness we have this new moon offering us a sense of freedom, telling us what can we do to liberate ourselves within our lives. Hello Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising. If you'd like to work with me, there will be a link down below. November is a very interesting month. We start the 1st with a new moon in the area of your financial investments, new beginnings, and fresh starts. So looking at your finances, budgets, looking at new ways to invest your money. This also is a new moon delving around intimacy and trust, looking at new ways to let go of anything that drains you, especially, so setting some healthy boundaries, but also opening up and seeing fears and anxieties around trust and how you can build trust within your most intimate relationships that you can be vulnerable in. And this also has to deal with you delving into your psychology and looking at those fears, past traumas that keep you stuck, and letting go and releasing those elements of life when it comes to you believing in what you get for your time and energy, when it comes to investments, when it comes to finances, when it comes to budgets. This is this energy where you're looking at new ways. If you are in a healthy relationship, this is like where you can delve deeper into intimacy in that relationship. But if it's an unhealthy relationship, this is where you're actually putting those boundaries. 2nd of November, we have Mercury entering into the area of higher education, learning, exploring, travel, all those areas. So travel, beliefs, higher education. This is really great for expanding your mind. However, we do have Mercury going retrograde on the 23rd of November. So bear in mind, if you are traveling, check times, dates, and so forth. If you are learning anything in terms of education, this is also a time when your mind is very active. So make sure if it's online that you back up everything, that you save everything. This is where you just also reanalyzing your beliefs, the beliefs that keep you stuck, letting go and releasing those areas so that you can find more freedom in your life. You could be feeling even like, I feel overwhelmed. I'm feeling so just doing the same thing over and over. This is that area where you're looking at ways to give yourself some freedom. But remember, any travel plans, any appointments, check the time, the date, make sure you check and double check. Give yourself enough time to get to an appointment that you need to travel to. If you have a vehicle, make sure that you check it's in good working order. Now, on the 3rd of November, we have Mars entering into the area of romance. Now, Mars is already in its pre-shadow period. So, this is where you can have miscommunication, misunderstandings. You can have conflicts, especially heated arguments with Mars. Frustrations when it comes to your romantic life. If you have children, this is also something that you could see playing out, where there's either conflicts with children or conflicts with a spouse when it comes to children. This is also an area that's inviting you to basically look at hobbies and creative pursuits, creativity, fun, pleasure, what has given you fun and pleasure in the past, and bringing it back into this current point in time. It's important that you start doing these things now, and also, cooling off before you get into any conflicts, like giving yourself some time to breathe, because Mars only goes retrograde in December, but we will be feeling the effects from now. Now, on the 11th, we have Venus entering into the area of your career. This is really good for your public reputation. It's really good for your goals. It's really good for your career as well, your career aspirations, your ambition, as well as your sense of purpose. This tells you to follow through on your passions. On the 12th, we have Saturn going direct in the area of endings, your mental health. So if there's anything that's been disturbing your mental peace, this is a time to close those things out, allow for endings and letting go and release. Saturn's telling you, cut out what you need to cut out that is taking away from your mental peace. On the 15th, we have a full moon in the area of your values and your money. If there's anything you've been working on financially, you could reap the financial reward. However, this is also a time, if you are not at a point where you were working on anything, maybe you were just taking it easy, you now need to make some financial adjustments going forward, because there's a completion point when it comes to money. Either something that you've been working on, you reap that payoff, you receive this money, and there isn't anything you've been working on. This is a time where you have to make some changes in order to boost your income, whether that's putting out your resume, whether that is applying for jobs, whether it's starting that business, whether it's turning that side hustle into some earnings, extra earnings for you. That is what this energy is about. On the 19th, we have Pluto entering into the 11th house. And this is a lot, especially if you are an Aries rising. But Aries sun, nonetheless, this is going to influence your social circles and dynamics and your aspirations, asking you to find yourself in maybe even power plays with your social circles, having to see transformations within your friend circles and connections until 2044, but it also gives you the opportunity to step up as a leader. On the 21st, we have the sun entering into this area of travel, adventure, seeking out new things, great for your beliefs, great for spirituality, and delving deep into the realm of just exploring. So if you've been doing things the same way, this is where you're getting out of a rut. You're traveling, you're seeking an adventure, you're seeking to expand your mind, you're reading that book, you're getting engaged in philosophy, you're getting engaged in spiritual practices. On the 30th of November, we have a new moon. So it's great for looking at new opportunities when it comes to higher education, travel, shifts within your belief system. What you believe is what you achieve. So letting go of old, outdated beliefs and seeing new beliefs that you want to adopt. Talking to people from foreign places from you. Looking at people's different perspectives so that you can shift your own perspective is what you're doing with that new moon. Taurus, sun, moon, and rising. If you'd like to work with me, there will be a link down below. We have a new moon happening on the 1st of November, ushering in new beginnings and fresh starts to relationships, both personally and professionally. This can be lots of new beginnings. Existing relationships can reach new heights. You can meet new people. If you are single, this is a time where you are also meeting people platonically. It's a lot to do with other people at this time. Now, on the 2nd of November, we have Mercury entering into the area of finances and intimacy and your psychology. Mercury will go retrograde on the 23rd of November. So bear that in mind when it comes to financial dealings. So do bear that in mind. This can bring up miscommunication, misunderstandings in terms of financial matters, especially shared resources with others. This is also a time during the Mercury retrograde period where you can find delays when it comes to financial payoffs. So be aware of that. However, if you've been working on anything prior, you can reap the financial rewards during that time. Make sure that you read and reread anything that has to do with contracts in terms of finances. It is a time when it comes to intimacy, where you might want to delve into some secret feelings that you are having and you want to share more. Be aware that Mercury is retrograde, so you can be misunderstood from the 23rd. It is going to be slowing down within this month, but from the 23rd, you will then be met with that miscommunication, misunderstandings, especially in your most intimate, closest relationships. It doesn't only have to be intimate as in physical intimacy relationships, but it can also be intimate relationships in terms of anyone that you share your vulnerabilities with. Healthy boundaries is so important for you during that Mercury retrograde. On the 3rd, we have Mars entering into the area of home, family, and domestic matters. If you're renovating your home, it might take longer, okay? Anything that you want to do around the house might take longer. You might be dealing with conflicts when it comes to family members, especially in December, but you're going to already be feeling these effects in November. So, remember to slow down when dealing with frustrations when it comes to family, when it comes to your home life, when it comes to your living environment. Take it slow and easy. You will feel frustrated with family members, with people that you share domestic living space with your domestic life. However, be gentle with yourself. Take it slow. When we lash out in anger is when we deal with more regret during Mars retrograde, which will happen in December, but it's already in that pre-shadow period. On the 11th, we have Venus entering into the area of adventure, freedom, fun, and pleasure. This is great for romantic trips. This is great for seeking this time where you just want to feel free. You want to feel free during this time. You might even spend on things that give you freedom. It's really good for exploring. It's really good for anything that you want to publish, put out into the world. This is that energy of publish what you feel passionate about. On the 12th, we have Saturn now going direct in the area of social circles and collaborations, your team, the people you network with, the people you choose to associate via choice. This is going to be asking you to put up some boundaries, restrictions to the people that you feel you can't build with. Saturn going direct can be giving us that energy of like, I gotta be serious about the people I hang around with. I gotta be serious about my friend group. I gotta be serious about the people I collaborate with. You know, are these people putting in the energy? Are they the type of people I truly want to choose within my life? I'm looking for stability. Teams, especially if you work within a team, this is that energy where you want to put up some boundaries. You want to, you want the team to work more efficiently. So this is where the boundaries are coming in. This is where you will be looking at these things very seriously. You're also very serious about your future vision and dreams that you have for yourself. On the 12th, we have on the 12th, we spoke about Saturn going direct. 15th of November, we have a full moon in your sign. This is all about you releasing and letting go of what no longer serves you so that you can attain your goals. If you're feeling heavy, tired, exhausted, run down, give yourself a break, okay? On the 19th of November, we have Pluto now entering into the area of your career, your goals, your ambitions, and your sense of purpose. And this will be until 2044. So, time to step up into your power. Time for you to look at what you can do within your life to make you feel powerful when it comes to your career, your goals and ambitions. You're also going to see major transformations coming to your career, your goals and ambitions, your sense of purpose. This is where that transformation is. What do I need to release and let go of that is not working for me? Pluto is that area of death. It's Lord of the underworld, where things go to die in order for them to be reborn. So we got to accept what we need to make changes with. And that's what you're doing, especially in terms of your career, your ambitions, your sense of purpose too. It's like all of a sudden you want to shift your whole purpose, but it does lead you towards power. So don't be afraid of the changes. On the 21st, we have the Sun now entering into the area of investments, finances. This gives you opportunities for intimacy as well. Intimacy You also have the opportunity to delve deep into your psychology, get deeper understanding of yourself and others. Information can come your way, secrets can come to light. It'll also show you where you need to put boundaries within these relationships. But opportunities can come to you for finances. But remember, Mercury goes retrograde on the 23rd. So if anything does come to you, read and reread. On the 30th of November, we have a new moon happening in the area of investments, finances, intimacy. And this is a new opportunity for you to find freedom when it comes to your financial investments, freedom within your relationships, freedom within your intimacy, freedom within your sense of psychology too, that really helps you attain more when it comes to intimate matters as well as financial matters. Hello, Gemini, Sun, Moon, and Rising. If you'd like to work with me for more details on astrology, link down below. Now let's get into it. On the 1st of November, we have a new beginning and a fresh start when it comes to your day-to-day routines, your health, your work life. Make some changes to your day-to-day life as well as your work life. This can bring up issues with co-workers. It's time for you to make those adjustments. So a lot of Geminis can be applying for new jobs or receive a new job opportunity or look at new ways to just improve their health. So this is where you might get a coach or you might change your eating plan, things like that. On November 2nd, we have Mercury entering into your one-on-one partnerships with others. Now this can going to create some miscommunication and misunderstandings because Mercury goes retrograde on the 23rd of November and Mercury is your ruler. So when Mercury goes retrograde, misunderstandings, miscommunication, conflicts, tensions, especially in your one-on-one relationships. This is personal and professional. So be aware of that. Think before you speak. People from the past, including exes, can come back into your life. This is where you are more reflective of the past, maybe thinking of people from the past and not just exes. Anyone can pop up for you because this is happening opposite you. On the 3rd of November, we have Mars entering into the area of your mind, your communication, and your learning. But we do have Mars already slowed down that pre-shadow period going retrograde in December. So we need to be aware that you could be having tensions within communication. Already we have the Mercury going retrograde later this month, but this is also going to create that tension when it comes to communication. When it comes to anything that you are learning, you could also feel just like, I don't have the motivation or the energy for communication. Gossip and secrets may come to light to you, especially things that people say. If you said anything about anyone, it comes through now as well. People start questioning the way that you're communicating. Please watch how you're communicating with yourself mentally, because you can be having some aggressive mental talk with yourself. Be kinder to yourself mentally. Journaling is good. Meditation will be really good for you. Things to slow down your mind because it will feel like it's racing, or either it feels just overwhelmed, and it's either going from racing to I'm just so overwhelmed, I just can't think straight. Right? And this can also lead to that miscommunications and aggressive communication. And people might also be aggressively talking to you, whether it's online or in person. On the 11th, we have Venus entering into the area of your investments and intimacy. This is where you're researching about your finances, looking at how you can shift things when it comes to your finances, investments, loans, debts, anything where you have to pay something off, you're looking at how you can do so. This is also where you're looking at new opportunities as well. If there's anything you've been working on, when in terms of financial investment, you can reap the reward. When it comes to intimacy, this is allowing for more intimacy in existing relationships. If you are single, be aware that you might meet someone at this time and become very intimate very quickly, either physically or emotionally, and later you might be questioning how quick you jumped into that. On the 12th, we have now Saturn going direct in the area of career, goals, ambitions, and sense of purpose. You are very seriously working towards what you want to create within your life, whether you're working or not. If you're working, you're focusing on the career, the ambitions, the goals that you have, your work, what you put out into the world, your reputation too. This can also create a lot of restriction and tensions with employers. Tensions with people that are older than you, maturer than you. If you have parents, that's where you could see this, or regardless of your age. If it's not parents, it's anyone that is older than you, the elderly, or dealing with conflicts or tensions when it comes to people in authority over you. But you're taking your career, your ambitions, or just your goals very seriously, coming up with a plan of how you can work towards them. If you haven't been, when Saturn goes direct, it could create where there's something that you need to release or let go of in your career in order for you to step up in a new way that's more disciplined and hardworking. On the 15th, we have a full moon in the area of rest and rejuvenation and needing time out. You need to rest. You're going to be thinking about the past, deeply emotional, completely burnt out and exhausted. It is a time where things are coming to a close within your life during that full moon, and it's a big release. Full moons are endings. A full moon happening here for you is a big ending, and you could be feeling emotional and sensitive, thinking about the past and exhausted. Needing rest, time alone is necessary. You won't be feeling the most sociable. On the 19th, we have Pluto now entering into the area of higher education, travel, expansion, and growth, and it's transforming the ways in which you wish to expand and grow within your life. You'll be delving deep into your higher mind of how you want to further yourself within your life until 2044. On the 21st, the sun will enter opposite you, as well as 23rd. Now Mercury retrograde happens. Watch out for that miscommunication, misunderstandings. And on the 30th, we have a new moon opposite you. So be aware that this energy of the shift opposite you, especially with that new moon, is offering new beginnings and fresh starts. But we are in a Mercury retrograde already now. And this is telling you to be more reflective. Be reflective. If there's any new relationships coming in now, once Mercury is done, it's retrograde cycle, you'll be questioning if these relationships are meant to be. Information can be coming through about relationships. If there's anything within a relationship that needs to be healed, this is where it will be confronted in order for that relationship, if healthy, can evolve, or you'll be looking at what needs to be released. Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Rising. If you'd like to work with me, there is a link down below so you can do so. Now, Cancer, we start off the month with a new moon happening in the area of fun, creativity, pleasure, romance. This is the time, if you're single, you can meet new people. You're ready to mingle, and if you're in an existing relationship, you're planning those dates. However, it's not only dealing with the realms of dating and romance, it's also dealing with creativity. So anything in terms of a hobby, this is where you're getting more deep into it. You're really giving into what gives you pleasure. Ideally, it's great for having fun. With this new moon, it's telling you, have some fun within your life. Do anything that gives you that fun, youthful experience and makes you feel like you're getting the sweetness and the enjoyment out of life. If you're an entrepreneur, this is really great for creative projects because you have the creative juices flowing at that time. On the 2nd of November, we have Mercury entering into the area of work, health, and routine. Mercury goes retrograde on the 23rd of November, so bear that in mind. This is you thinking a lot about your work life, your day-to-day routine, getting things done. However, the Mercury retrograde is going to slow that down for you. You're going to be asked to relook at how you take care of your health, mentally, emotionally, and physically. You could come across conflicts within your day-to-day routine. This means anywhere, right? Literally. It's actually very challenging when we have a Mercury retrograde in the area of work, health, routine, because this is the same area that's ruled by Mercury. So it's like a double whammy. We kind of feel things slowing down in our terms of productivity. And if you're running errands and you're going to the gym and you are needing to go to work, you're coming across more delays. You can even come across more frustrations and aggravations and conflicts within that day-to-day routine. So from the moment you wake up, part of waking up is brushing your teeth. Before you brush your teeth, you might find that you're in conflict with someone or something, right? So give yourself a breather. The best thing I can advise is time out. That's what this Mercury retrograde is good for. It's also great for you reflecting on how you've done things in the past, especially in terms of self-care. Self-care will be needed. You could be also feeling so overwhelmed, so much to do, but so many delays are coming your way. Now, on the 3rd of November, we have Mars in its pre-shadow period already, entering into the area of your money. Cancer, get on those money matters. Get on those money matters. Mars is going to go retrograde in this area of life in December. It's already in the pre-shadow period, so you're going to come across already frustrations in terms of values, sense of self-worth, income, money, delays when it comes to money. If you'd like to book a financial reading with me, there is going to be a link for my website, and I have it on there, because you'll be facing that, especially in terms of money. And because Mars will actually retrograde in your sign if you're a Cancer in 2025, it is very prevalent for you. So re-look at your money. If there's anything that you're feeling motivated to work on, use that energy now before the retrograde. You already will be experiencing those frustrations, but utilize the energy now while it's still just slowing down and not completely stopped and slowed down immensely, right? Deal with those challenges now so they're not overwhelming you later. On the 11th of November, we have Venus opposite you, your one-on-one relationships. This is great for relationships, building on harmony, building on closeness within your personal and professional relationships. Great for connectivity. It's really good for platonic relationships. This is really you feeling great about you. So you might even meet some new people right now if you're single. Existing relationships, you're really celebrating, finding love within that relationship. Professional relationships to build on this harmony. Note that Mercury is going retrograde. Mars is in that pre-shadow period. So just, if it's anything new in terms of relationship, take it slow. And you're a Cancer, you should take relationships slow. That's because basically you rule by the moon. So, anywho, let's get on to the next point. On the 12th, we have Saturn going direct in the area of higher education, learning, expansion, and growth. And you're very seriously looking at ways that you can expand and grow within your life. If there's any courses you want to take or create, you're thinking about doing so. It's great for also looking seriously about how you can go on a trip, planning a vacation, but you're serious about it, right? It might be, when Saturn is involved, it could be even a work vacation, or it could be a vacation to do with something that helps you, seek a spiritual meaning within your life. Now, on the 15th, we have a new moon, and this is happening in the area of your social circles, connections, friendships. You're putting an end to old social connections or friendships. They're no longer aligned to you. You're also focusing on your future vision and dream for yourself. It's great for manifesting with that full moon. But any connections, any social connections that you feel out of alignment with, you're putting an end to. On the 19th of November, Pluto will be entering into the area of your investments, finances, and intimate relationships, and you are going through transformations here. You've already been going through transformation since 2008 when it came to your personal and professional relationships. Now going forward, Pluto 1 is at home in this area of life, and you're going to have this experience until 2044 of transformation to fears, doubts, insecurities, past traumas, intimate relationships, anyone that you share intimate space with, whether it is where you share your secrets and you can be vulnerable, or physical intimacy. You're going to see those power plays within those most intimate relationships, and transformation when it comes to your financial investments, loans, debts, taxes. This is a time too that deals with what we lose or comes to an end within our lives. But it plays out over time, so don't fret about it now. On the 21st, we have the Sun entering into the area of work, health, and routine. 23rd, Mercury goes retrograde. And on the 30th, we have a new moon in the same area, offering you new opportunities to look at new ways to improve your day-to-day routine, your work life, and your health. Hello Leo, this video is for Sun, Moon, Rising Leo. If you'd like to work with me, there is a link down below so that you can shift your energy and work with astrology much better. Now on the 1st of November, we have a new moon happening in the area of home, family, emotional well-being. You're seeking comfort during this new moon. You're seeking time at home. You're seeking some rest and rejuvenation. You're seeking what makes you feel good. You could be spending time with family. This also allows for new beginnings and fresh starts within your family. What does that mean? So maybe added family members, right? It could be the energy of that. It could also be the energy where you are just seeking people you emotionally are connected to, that you feel comfortable with, and you're spending time with them. Beautiful new moon for you, just, chilling and vibing. On the 2nd of November, Mercury enters into the area of romance, dating, fun, pleasure, and creativity. You'll be thinking a lot about dating. People will be messaging, texting, connecting, especially in realms of dating. If you're single, there's a lot of that going on. If you're in an existing relationship, this is allowing for romance. Be aware that Mercury goes retrograde 23rd of November. So exes can come back. People from the past that you've previously romantically encountered can come back into your life. If you have children, you can have tensions with children, or tensions around children, or tensions with the youth in general. This is a great time, though, with this Mercury retrograde, to look at your creative projects that you put on hold, that you worked with previously, and pick them up once again. If you haven't been having fun and pleasure in your life, you might do something from the past that actually brought some fun and pleasure into your life. Dealing with miscommunication, misunderstandings, and romantic relationships, it's a Mercury retrograde. Things that are unresolved will be brought up, but now's the time for them to be resolved during this Mercury retrograde. And if it's not working, it's not working. On the 3rd of November, we have Mars entering into a sign pre-shadow period, so we'll be entering into Leo. Mars will go retrograde in Leo December 6th, so be aware of that. This is like already the slowdown period. So you could find that your action motivation is dwindling. And you could find yourself dealing with tensions and conflicts. Because it's in your sign, it's all areas of life. Anything revolving you is where you're feeling all the drama, and you feel like you need to roar about it. Be aware of that, hey, if you're feeling frustrated, give yourself a breather and a time out. Have healthy boundaries with others, Leo. Leos are very generous. And this Mars retrograde is going to show you where you've been overly generous. And you need to take it easy. You could be feeling burnt out as well. So be aware of that. On the 11th, we have Venus entering into the area of your day-to-day routine, work, health, and routine. This is really good for doing what makes you feel good, finding pleasure in managing your day-to-day tasks. Now, on the 12th, we have Saturn going direct in the area of intimacy and financial investments. Saturn here has been here since 2023, and now it's going direct. This is restriction when it comes to financial investments. You having to look seriously, work harder when it comes to financial growth, as well as intimacy too. You could be feeling a bit restricted in intimate matters. However, Saturn only rewards stable, intimate connections. Information can come to light about what is unstable in your most closest, intimate relationships, not just love. Look at intimate relationships as anyone that you share your secrets with, you are vulnerable with. This is where it's showing you where you need to, hey, maybe have some boundaries, where is this draining you. And also you are seriously looking at your psychology, your past trauma and what's keeping you stuck from acquiring intimacy and acquiring financial growth in your life. On the 15th, we have a full moon, and this is happening in the area of career, life purpose, goals, ambitions. It's great full moon for looking at anything you've been working on 6 months ago. You could reap the financial rewards, you could get the recognition, you can get the promotion. If you haven't been, this is a time to make some pivots when it comes to your career goals and what you want to create for yourself, or even just your sense of purpose in general. So if you're not working into your sense of purpose, what you do within your days is what you'll be asking yourself. 19th of November, Pluto will be entering here, opposite you, personally and professionally, for the next couple of years until 2044. This is allowing for transformation to come to your most intimate relationships, your one-on-one connections, platonic, friends, family, work, love, all types of relationship is where you will be delving into transformation. There will be a link down below where I do Pluto, a video I've done previously about Pluto for you to go through. On the 21st, we have the Sun now entering into this area of fun, pleasure, and enjoyment, but Mercury goes retrograde on the 23rd, so be aware of that. On the 30th, there is a new moon, offering new beginnings and fresh starts to your romantic life. Mercury is retrograde, so tensions could come up already When it comes to romance, if you're involved in a romantic relationship, and if you're starting anything new, be aware romantically that once Mercury is done its cycle, you might be rethinking this. Other than that, great time for delving into pleasure, fun, the things that make you feel free. And it could have been something you've done in the past that you now revisit. Virgo, Sun, Moon, and Rising. This is your astrology. And if you'd like to work with me, there is a link down below, a link for appreciation as well on these videos. Let's get into the astrology. On the first, we have a new moon. And this is really highlighting your day-to-day errands, the things you need to get done, as well as higher learning, communication, and expressing something. New information coming to light for you is what's coming through for this new moon, as well as a lot of communication. People want to communicate with you. Let them. You might even be propelled to communicate, but information is coming to light with this new moon. Be prepared. Your ruler goes retrograde this month. Okay? I can honestly say that this month, for you, Virgo, you're tired. You're tired. And I'm going to be very honest with you, Virgo. Take it easy. Be gentle with yourself. It's the end of the year almost. And you got something big happening in 2025, January of 2025, with the South Node entering to Virgo. So, deep breaths, Virgo. You got this, okay? On the second, we have Mercury entering into the area of home and family. So this is where you're thinking about your home life, you're thinking about your family, and you are communicating more with your home and family. You're also thinking more about your emotional realms, family, heritage, lineage, roots. You're also thinking about how you grew up. You're thinking about your most deepest emotions. It's like your mind is filled with your, feelings. And you need to be aware of this because Mercury will go retrograde on the 23rd. And this means that you're going to have miscommunication, misunderstandings with family, with people that you allow into your heart, because this is the heart center. It's where we feel safe. So there's going to be a lot of miscommunication, misunderstandings with family members. Mercury is your ruler. It is also connecting to one of your most sensitive parts of your chart. You'll be reflecting more on the past. It's like you can't stop thinking about the past. People from the past will come back into your life, exes, people that you grew up with, childhood friends and family is coming back into your life. And you're reflecting a lot on your emotions. You need to take emotional care of you. How do you do that? Time by yourself, time with those that you truly can be comfortable with. And just relaxation is important. On the 3rd of November, we have Mars now pre-shadow period as well, going retrograde in December in the area of rest, rejuvenation. You're needing that time out. You're really, and because it's Mars, it's like you can't sleep, you're not getting the rest you need. Your mental health is it's put under strain currently, and it's going to feel this way even in December when Mercury goes retrograde there. It's like you can't get anything done. You're feeling stuck, and you're more reflective on the past than anything else, and you don't know how to move forward. I'm telling you now, it's just a transit. It's nothing too serious. What do I mean? It's just a transit, meaning that it's just a time period where you're reflecting more on the past to see where any resentments, angers, or frustrations that you didn't let out, you now need to let out. Do it in a healthy manner, but it needs to be discussed and brought about. Most times I tell people not to discuss things during Mercury retrogrades and Mars retrogrades, but for you, it's becoming emotionally unhealthy to withhold so much. On the 11th of November, we have Venus entering into the area of love, romance, fun, and pleasure. Do what makes you feel good. Hobbies are great. Creativity is great. What gives you fun and pleasure in your life. Whatever that is, a walk on the beach. I don't think you need to apply effort, Virgo. And you might be feeling like, I need to work. You are a working sign. But it's not. You need to kind of wind down, calm down, and give yourself that space. On the 12th, we have Saturn going direct in the area of relationships, personal and professional. It'll be very clear to you when it comes to your relationships, the lack of stability, the lack of responsibility, the lack of improvement in your one-on-one relationships. You'll be very aware of this personally and professionally. Like you just feel like I need to seriously look at my relationships, restrict relationships, end cycles in relationships that are no longer serving me so I can build stable relationships in my life. On the 15th, we have a full moon, and this is telling you you feel stuck. You need to delve into your spiritual self. You need to shift your belief systems. Beliefs. This is the area of manifestation that this full moon is happening. It's telling you it's the beliefs that you have about yourself and the world around you that is stifling you, and true freedom is within the mind. So oftentimes we want things around ourselves, but in order to feel free, we want that feeling more than anything else. So look at that feeling and do things day by day to invoke that feeling within your life. Okay? On the 19th, Pluto now enters into the area of work, health, and routine until 2044. This is Pluto transforming how you take care of yourself mentally, emotionally, and physically, and your health on all areas, and your work life. Power plays could come up with co-workers, but you could step into a place of power in your day-to-day routine and work life. 21st, we have the sun entering into the area of home and family, offering opportunities, but Mercury goes retrograde on the 23rd, with the 30th having a new moon in the same area. So there's new beginnings and fresh starts, but you're reflective on the past. If you're moving home or having to sign a lease, read and reread because of the Mercury retrograde, there could be more delays and things to confront with that new moon because of the Mercury retrograde that we are going to be experiencing with that new moon when it comes to you, particularly dealing with emotions, family, people you allow into your heart space, and healthy boundaries are very necessary. Hello Libra, Sun, Moon, and Rising. If you'd like to work with me to really go through a transformation when it comes to this astrology, do look for the link down below. Now let's get into it. Libra, we have a new moon on the 1st, offering you new opportunities, new ideas when it comes to your money, income, skills, and talents. Apply for those opportunities. You know, up your skills if you need to so that you can boost your income. That's what you're thinking about, your money. Feel your sense of self-worth, and that will allow you to attract more money into your life. Great new moon for manifestation, dealing with money. On the 2nd of November, we have Mercury entering into the area of your mind, communication, your intellect, small distance trips, vehicles. So Mercury goes retrograde on the 23rd of November. So make sure that your vehicle is in working order. Do all the checks, right? Make sure when you're driving that you're being more, precautious as well. Accidents tend to happen more during Mercury retrogrades. We have more collisions. So be aware of that. We have more like traffic lights not working and so forth. So be aware of that. Miscommunication, misunderstandings are big for you, especially because it's happening in the area of life that's ruled by Mercury. So watch your communication. Mercury rules communication. Your mind is offline. This is where you might be thinking about situations from the past, thinking about experiences from the past. Everybody wants to communicate with you from the past. Great time though to work on anything that you've been working on previously and completing it. On the 3rd, we have Mars pre-shadow period entering into the area of your social circles, dreams, ambitions, the people you choose to associate with. There can be conflicts and tensions within your social dynamics, right? So the people that you choose to associate with, family, friends, hobby groups, the people you choose. And this is showing you there's tensions. Remember, healthy boundaries. Don't get involved in drama. When it comes to your future vision and dreams, you might be feeling a lack of motivation to completing them. But take it one day at a time. On the 11th of November, Venus enters into the area of your home, family life. This is where you want to beautify your home. You want to make your home feel good. You want to make your family, you're spending time with family, you're spending time with people that you love. You're doing things to make yourself feel good emotionally, right? You could also be spending more when it comes to home decor. On the 12th, we have Saturn going direct in the area of work, health, and routine. So this is really asking you to focus on your work, your health, your routine, and the things that you need to improve on the 12th, okay? And being very serious and doing your due diligence when it comes to your work life. 15th of November, We have a full moon in the area of financial investments and intimacy. And this is a lot to do with you. Look, if there's anything you've been working on, you can reap the financial rewards, get the payouts for investments you've been working on, whether that's energy put towards it or whether it is something you have financially put towards. This is where you're looking at debts to loans. You can get payouts for those things as well, completing payments on debts, looking at your budget. It is a great full moon to delve into intimacy as well and become more intimate with those that you care about, seeing what has been holding you back from intimacy and boosting your finances. On the 19th, we have Pluto now entering into the area of romance, creativity, fun, and pleasure until 2044, transforming your romantic life, transforming your creativity. This is a major transformation. So you could come across power plays within your romantic life. However, it's telling you to delve deeper. Go deeper into what you hold back romantically. There could also be some power plays when it comes to children. So custody battles or even tensions with children. Here's the time to have some healthy boundaries in these elements of life. On the 21st, we have the sun now entering into the area of your mind. Can offer new opportunities. However, watch. Mercury goes retrograde the 23rd. That's your new moon. And this is also telling you, even though you're having new ideas, new epiphanies, because Mercury is going retrograde, slow down, think and rethink them. Don't implement them just yet. However, any old contracts you've been working on, you could complete. Anything in terms of ideas you've been working on, you can really now complete. Any communications where you're done with, you now reflect and you can see, I'm completely done with. It's great for completing those cycles within your life. Libra. Hello Scorpio, and happy birthday to the Scorpio suns. Now this video is for Scorpio sun, moon, and rising. Let's get into it. If you'd like to work with me, there is a link down below so we can take this astrology a lot deeper. Now, on the 1st, we have a new moon in Scorpio. This is all about you. New beginnings and fresh starts to you, your goals, your aspirations, and what you truly desire. Allow for that new energy to invigorate you and allow for opportunities to come into your life on every level that you want to push towards. And it's a great new moon for shifting your identity, shifting what you want within your life, going after those goals that you wish to accomplish. On the 2nd of November, we have Mercury entering into the area of money and income. So this is really going to be focusing on your money, your income, your skills and talents. Be aware that Mercury goes retrograde in the same area later this month. So that is telling us, hey, the ideas and epiphanies you're having now, be aware of them. Do not act yet. Re-look at them before you do. Trust your instincts like you normally do. This is also a time where you need to look at payouts coming from things you've worked on previously, as well as if there's any frustrations with money, looking at how you can rework that. On the 3rd, we have Mars entering into the area of your career, your goals, your reputation, your sense of purpose. Mars is action and motivation, but it's already in its pre-shadow period and it's going retrograde on December 6th. So there could be tensions and aggressions and frustrations when it comes to your career, your reputation, and your sense of purpose, your goals even. You could be feeling a bit frustrated about them. However, it is a time for you to complete anything you have been working on previously when it comes to your career, your goals. And when it comes to your reputation, this is where people might be feeling you are a bit more standoffish. On the 11th of November, this is a great energy where you can sweeten your words and charm others with what you say. There's also a great energy for watch how you communicate with yourself. How you communicate with yourself, be gentle with yourself, but great for communications with others. This is great for learning. This is great for sharing information. Really good for networking as well. You could be having communications with siblings, neighbors, people around you. Great for small distance trips that really can free your mind. On the 12th, we have Saturn going direct in the area of romance. Now, Scorpio, this is asking you to take your romantic life very seriously and build it upon stability. This can be challenging because this is where we want fun and pleasure, but Saturn here is bringing in some restriction telling you to seriously look at what gives you fun and pleasure in your life and how you can implement that in your life. When it comes to your dating life too, Saturn can be restrictive because if the relationship lacks stability, it cuts it out and tells you to be very serious about who you romantically get involved with. However, if you're in an existing romantic relationship, you can take it to the next level of deeper commitment, especially if it's healthy. Now, on the 15th, we have a full moon that's happening opposite you. This is you dealing with your relationships personally and professionally and putting ends to those relationships that take advantage, do not see your worth. This is where you are seeing it for what it is and putting an end to certain relationships. However, healthy relationships can reach the next level. So this is a cycle of completion when it comes to your relationships. Okay, it's where you're done with something. And this means that either that relationship's done, like it's like, okay, we're done with this phase, let's take it to the next phase, like let's move in together, let's get married, let's think about the future, or it's like we're completely done. The cycle is done between us and we need to move on. So that's what you're doing. And it's not only just those types of relationships, it can be friends too, because it's your one-on-one connection, so it can be even platonic friendships. Sometimes, things come to an end. Especially in cycles with friendships that don't see your value. And this is a lot about your value and your worth when it comes to your relationships. On the 19th, Pluto until 2024, and I will put the link down below for the Pluto video, which I've done previously, will be creating transformation to your home and family life until 2044, which is a powerful transformation. On the 21st, we have the Sun now entering to the area of money, income, skills, and talents, offering you opportunities. However, 23rd, Mercury goes retrograde, so be aware. If any new opportunities come your way, read and reread the contracts. Otherwise, it can be misleading, or you misunderstand there, or you get into something you didn't necessarily intend to. So be aware of that. You will be looking at your finances. The new moon offers new opportunities coming to you for your finances as well. But because of that Mercury retrograde, remember, it's not saying you don't get involved in anything. Just be aware of anything new that you start. If there's anything prior that you've been working on financially or in terms of your skills and talents, you could reap the rewards around that time during the Mercury retrograde phase, which will last for the next 3 weeks, or with that new moon. Thank you. Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising. If you'd like to work with me, link down below, as well as the link for appreciation of these videos. There'll also be a link for the Pluto video that I've done previously for you to understand Pluto more in-depthly, because Pluto will be making changes this month, where it will last until 2044. Anywho, on the 1st of November, we have a new moon, but it's ushering in rest, rejuvenation, and time out, more contemplation, time spent by yourself. This is where you're needing some isolation, time out, it's a new beginning, but it's a new beginning to your mental health, your spirituality, your emotions too. And this means you need to be very aware of what you need to cut out to emotionally feel well and mentally feel well. It is a cycle of endings, and you will find that there will be certain chapters that you'll be closing out with this new moon. It's great for spiritual practices. It's great for connection to a higher source or power, meditation, time like working on your spiritual practices, whatever that resonates with you. On the 2nd of November, we have Mercury entering into your sign. Mercury will go retrograde on the 23rd, so be aware of that. Because it's happening in your sign, both Mercury moving here, you're thinking more about yourself. But on the 23rd, the Mercury retrograde will be influencing all areas of your life, where you'll be having miscommunication, misunderstandings, delays. Don't get into anything new. It's a great time to complete old things, old projects. People from the past will re-enter your mind. You're more reflective on the past, and you're also feeling the need once again for some time to self due to the delays, the frustrations, and the conflicts. If there aren't any conflicts, or the way to not have any conflicts is more to be more reflective, as Mercury retrograde is a time of reflection. However, there will be a lot that you feel that you need to say, and people might also take you the wrong way. So even though you want to express yourself, watch it. people will take it the wrong way. And Mercury entering into your sign is a sign of truth. Sagittarius is the truth. There are two signs that represent truth, Scorpio and Sag. And you are going to be finding truths being revealed to you during this Mercury retrograde as well. On the 3rd of November, Mars enters into the area of expansion, travel, growth, higher learning, wanting freedom, wanting to have an adventure. However, it's in its pre-shadow period. Mars will go retrograde in December, 6th of December, the same area. So if there's anything you want to do in terms of expansion, growth, do it now. You might be feeling the lack of motivation too, but utilize it before the retrograde. And if you do it during the retrograde, you will note that there will be more frustrations in terms of expansion, growth, higher learning, higher education, or any travel plans that you have for yourself. On the 11th of November, Venus enters into the area of money. This is really sweet on money. So you might find more money coming to you, especially in terms of earned income. Like this is where you could get those bonuses. This is where you could get those payouts over the next couple of weeks, right? So you will see that coming towards you. This is a time where you might also spend more. So be aware of that. On the 12th, we have Saturn going direct in the area of home, family, your living environment. And you're seriously thinking about your family life, your home life. Restrictions too. There are some boundaries that you need to put up with anyone that you share space with domestically, as well as looking at your home and family life and just feeling like I need to take it more seriously. What do I want for myself in the long-term future when it comes to my home and family life as well. On the 15th, we have a full moon in the area of your health. And it's telling you that you need to make some changes when it comes to your health, how you take care of yourself, physically, mentally, emotionally. There'll also be some situations and challenges to be dealt with when it comes to your co-workers, your working environment, and it's asking you what you value. You could also be making some changes when it comes to your work. You know, thinking like, I need to change where I work. I need to change my job. I need to change my sense of employment. What changes do I need to make? On the 19th. On the 19th, we have Pluto now entering into the area of your mind, communication, thoughts, and how you express yourself, as well as this transformations happening with siblings, neighbors, communication, short distance trips until 2044. I will have a link down below for that Pluto video for you to get a more comprehensive understanding. However, it's bringing transformation to your mind. Watch how you think. This is where your psychology is going to play a big role, especially because it's your mind. And Pluto here can show you what thoughts are actually holding you back in terms of fears, doubts, and insecurities. You could even have some heavy thoughts. Heavy because Pluto deals with, you know, the pain, the trauma that we mentally go through, the anguish, how we talk to ourselves. And even information can be revealed in terms of what you say now. So be aware of that. And information might come your way. However, you can step into a place of power over the next until 2044 in what you say and what you put out into the world. On the 21st, we have the sun entering into your sign. Happy birthday. 23rd, Mercury goes retrograde. So now it's effective over the next couple of weeks. So be aware of that. Miscommunication, misunderstandings, delays, all areas of life, because it is happening in your sign. There's a new moon happening in your sign, which is a new beginning and a fresh start. However, because Mercury is retrograde, we are still reflective of the past. We are dealing with conflicts and we are looking at new ways to expand and grow, and new ways and perceptions when it comes to conflicts and how we manage and deal with them, Sagittarius. But it is a new beginning to you. So allow for those new beginnings. But you will be looking at new beginnings that you probably were thinking about. Like, oh, I had that goal. Oh, I wanted to do this. Oh, I wanted to cut my hair like how I had it like years ago. This is where you are doing those type of things and bringing that energy back into your life. Capricorn, Sun, Moon, and Rising. If you'd like to work with me, there will be a link down below, as well as a link for appreciation of these videos. Let's get into it. Okay, Capricorn, there is a new moon and it's happening in the area of your connection. So you could be invited to a lot of events, a lot of socializing. This is the area of life where you're also wanting to align to new connections. So you could have new people coming into your life. And this can be in any group, the people that you choose to associate with. Examples of this could be like, oh, I changed jobs. Now I'm collaborating with new people. I have new co-workers. Or, oh, I'm choosing to join a new club for sport. And now I'm connecting to new people. This is where you're looking to collaborate and network and connect to others, as well as you are focusing with this new moon on your future vision and dreams. It'll be very clear to you with this new moon what you need to do in order to focus on what you wish to create within your life. On the 2nd, we have Mercury entering into the area of rest, rejuvenation, and time out, dwelling on the past, endings, releasing and letting go. This is your mind needing closure, needing rest, needing time out, feeling overstimulated. We do have Mercury going retrograde 23rd of November. So that being said, this is a time where people from the past, situations from the past could come up. Old resentments, old issues could come up. This is where you're feeling the need to retreat, to gain some solitude. You're also mentally exhausted. Resting is best for you at this time and taking that mental time out. But you're also putting an end to certain situations, ending in certain communications. This will be very, very clear to you. It's a great time for completing things, but I feel like you will just be exhausted. You could also be feeling emotional, sentimental, nostalgia. You could be very nostalgic for the past. On the 3rd of November, we have Mars entering into the area of your finances, investments, intimacy, secret psychology, taxes, loans, debts, inheritance. Mars here wants you to take action, but it is in the pre-shadow period. It's slowing down. Mars will go retrograde next month in December 6th. So this is where you are feeling a bit frustrated, and it's going to be related to secrets, information, joint finances, so shared resources, intimate relationships, the people that you are close to, as well as feeling drained. There can be conflicts and tensions within your most intimate and closest relationships. It's not only physical intimacy, but also the relationships that you trust. Healthy boundaries is necessary. On the 11th, we have Venus now entering into your sign. This is great for doing things for you, beautifying yourself, getting that haircut, changing your wardrobe. This is where you're looking for some healing. Self-care will be great during this time. And you're also feeling very passionate and motivated towards goals that matter most to you. On the 12th, we have Saturn going direct in the area of your intellect, mind, and communications. This is where you're very aware of what communications you need to put an end to. You're only willing to communicate on what builds stability in your life and the connections that help you do so. This is really strong energy for networking, for writing, for higher learning, and even trips, for running errands, for dealing with paperwork. There's a lot of emails that need to be sent out, text messages, information, even learning. On the 15th, we have a full moon in the area of fun, pleasure, enjoyment, and romance. Romances that have lost the sparkle will come to an end. Romances that are really healthy can now reach a new state. So if you're in a relationship and you are in a healthy relationship, this is where you're going out on dates, you're looking for some fun and pleasure, you're looking for what gives you enjoyment. It's really good for creative energy, creative hobbies that you can delve deeper into. On the 19th, good news for you, Pluto finally leaves Capricorn. Pluto's been in Capricorn since 2008. There will be a link down below of a video I've done previously about Pluto in Aquarius, and this will be until 2024. So for you, this is dealing with finances. You're going to be going through major transformation when it comes to your money. This is where you might find power within money, where you can earn quite a lot of money, but it's only going to come through sometimes loss, because it is the area of rebirth and growing, and this is going to happen until 2024. So don't sweat about it, but is transforming your income and finances. On the 21st, we have the sun entering into the area of rest, rejuvenation, and time out. Mercury goes retrograde 23rd. 30th, new moon in the area of rest, rejuvenation, time out, endings, releasing, letting go, saying goodbye to the past, thinking about the past, reminiscing about the past, and needing solitude. Give yourself that, Capricorn. You need it. You've just completed a major cycle of Pluto being in your sign since 2008. And when Pluto is going to shift signs, you're definitely going to feel like there's something I need to be done with completely as you step into the new, with Pluto now shifting into your worth, your sense of self-worth, and your income until 2024. Aquarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising. If you'd like to work with me, there is a link down below for us to work together, looking at your personal astrology and how you can navigate and win during these times. Now, on the 1st of November, we have a new moon, and this new moon is asking you to focus on your goals, what's important to you, and your reputation. This is where you're called also to lead in some way. So if you retire, think about hosting a family event. It has to do with something where you are basically called via your reputation. And if you are working your career ambitions, this is where your superiors are looking at you. This is new opportunities when it comes to your career and goals. This is where you are also looking at what you can do to assist when it comes to your sense of purpose and finding a new sense of purpose within your life. And it's about your drive, but a lot to do with people looking up to you for leadership, for you to take the lead. On the 2nd of November, Mercury enters into the area of your social circles and dynamics. The people that you choose to associate with be a choice. Think friend groups, work groups, hobby groups, Aquarius. Think about the various groups. So if you're in school, it is the college that you're studying at. And if you're not at school, it's the family group. It's the group chat. Okay, that's what it is. It can even be the groups that you join via our social media. Now, what you need to be aware of is Mercury will be going retrograde, even though it's entering this area, and there's a lot of communication that is happening within these social connections that you have. Be aware of your communication. Be aware of it. Because when it comes to Mercury going retrograde on the 23rd, there's going to be a lot of miscommunications and conflicts when it comes to your social circles and dynamics. This is where there can be drama in your social circles. This is where people might want to even pick conflicts with you over things said previously. This is where people that you have connected to from the past, social dynamics, could re-enter your life. So anyone that you knew socially, anyone that you communicated with, this is that area of people coming back into your life, from exes to lovers to friends to family members to work groups to colleagues to people from the past will now shift and want to enter into your life. Information can come to light. Mercury retrograde is very telling. So things that you've said, things that others have said, rumor has it, comes out at this time. Okay? On the 3rd of November, Mars enters into your one-on-one relationships, personal and professional. Mars is already in its pre-shadow period. Mars goes retrograde in December in the area of these one-on-one relationships. It's already slowing down. It's in the pre-shadow period. So be aware of conflicts and tensions in your one-on-one relationships. There's a lot of battles and conflicts of people want to have issues with you, want to have beef with you, or you feel the need to have beef with them. This is where the energy is. Healthy boundaries is key, because this is going to stir up that conflict. And because it's happening opposite you, it might even want to be on display, where people want to have it out in the open. They want to hash things out with you. So be aware of that. And December, it really picks up. So already now you might be seeing these underlying tensions. So deal with it now and set those healthy boundaries so it doesn't blow up in December. On the 11th of November, we have Venus entering into the area of rest, rejuvenation, and time out. This is where you are thinking about the past, including people you've dated, were romantically involved with, people that you had love with from the past. People that you've had love with from the past may want to re-enter into your life. Hidden enemies too can come to light at this time. You're needing some time out. You could be feeling deeply emotional and needing some solitude as you reflect on the past. You're feeling nostalgic, especially about love. On the 12th of November, we have Saturn telling you to take some structure when it comes to your sense of self-worth and values and finances. So this is not bad. And this is where you're just thinking things through and how you can work with them. On the 15th of November, we have a full moon in the area of home, family, living situation, domestic life, as well as your emotional well-being. So this is going to create where you decide to move home, make changes to your home, redecorate your home, renovate your home, move things around, declutter the home. Great full moon for that. However, there will be tensions brewing when it comes to family members. Tensions will be coming up with family members or anyone that you allow into your home. It doesn't only just have to be family. Anyone that you are emotionally connected to, allow into your heart. This is also the time where you are feeling deeply emotional. You are needing comfort. You are needing time at home. You don't really want to spend time with people. Give yourself that. You're almost feeling this need like, and the family life can feel kind of tense at that time. On the 19th of November, we have Pluto now entering into your sign until 2044. I will link the video down below where I talk about this, which I've done previously about Pluto in Aquarius, because it's in your sign until 2044. This is major transformation to your sign. This is where you'll be very aware about power dynamics in your relationships, power struggles within yourself, conflicts within yourself. This is where you can step up into your power, but you're going to need to face those things. There will be a link down below for more in-depth information, or you could work with me. On the 21st, the new moon is up. On the 21st, the sun enters into the area of social circles, people you choose to associate with. 23rd, Mercury is now retrograde over the next couple of weeks. Be aware of this. Miscommunication, misunderstandings when it comes to your communication with others, especially in your any social circle. It can be a group online. It could be someone in person, but the moment you're socializing, there's going to be miscommunication. You'll also be rethinking your future vision and dreams. Great time for completing anything. Great time for having old friends that you care about come back into your life, like someone that you haven't seen in a while. A friend visits you. On the 30th of November, there is a new moon in the same area, but it is carrying the weight of the Mercury retrograde. So be aware of that. Be gentle with yourself and focus on new ways that you can connect to people, especially socially, and especially seeing where you want to have healthy boundaries with that new moon in your social connections. Hello Pisces, sun, moon, or rising. If you'd like to work with me, there's a link down below, as well as a link for appreciation of these videos. Now Pisces, we have a new moon, and November, like I said, is jam-packed with astrology, especially if you watch the intro. We have a new moon on the 1st, and this is influencing adventure, sense of travel, expansion, growth, higher learning, higher education. You're thinking of new things you can do to expand your mind, whether that is taking a course, teaching a course, sharing information, making anything in terms of writing a book, publications, putting that information forward. And this is where you are also seeking ways to be free, delving deeper into spiritual practices that eradicate limiting beliefs and looking at new beliefs that you can adopt in order to achieve new results within your life. On the 2nd, we have Mercury entering into the area of your career, your goals, your sense of purpose. And you need to be aware of this because Mercury will be going retrograde on the 23rd over the next 3 weeks, going forward from the 23rd. So you're going to have to rethink your career. You're going to have to rethink your goals. You're going to have to basically be met with tensions, especially with employers, anybody in authority, even the elderly, in terms of parents, uncles, anyone that's older than you. If you have an elder sister, it would be that, or elder brother, right? There is going to be those tensions and miscommunications with people in authority, as well as you just rethinking your career, your goals. If you come across any delays, look at it, relook at it, and see how you can solve it. However, it's great for completing all projects. Anything you have been working on, great for completing those things over the next period. So really see the things that you can complete, really see the things that you can actually reap the recognition for any work or efforts you've been putting in prior into your life. On the 3rd of November, Mars enters into the area of work, health, and routine, and you're a bit burnt out. Mars is already in its pre-shadow period. Mars will go retrograde in December, 6th of December, in the same area. So you could be feeling like, I'm so exhausted, but you're getting things done and you're very focused and motivated to your work life, but you're feeling at the same time, I'm so exhausted. Take it one step at a time. You could also have more frustration with co-workers and your work life. On the 11th, we have Venus now entering into the area of your social circles and connections. If you're in a relationship, you're spending more time socializing with other people, various groups, friend groups, family groups, getting invites. And if you are basically, if you're in a relationship, you are socializing with various groups. But if you are single, you can meet someone through the various groups in your life. This is where you have the sweet touch when it comes to your social dynamics. If you're someone who works on social media, this is where Pisces, you can really blow up because people are more attracted to you. And this is a great time to focus on your passions when it comes to your future vision and dreams that you have for yourself. On the 12th, we have Saturn going direct in your sign. This is asking you to be responsible and hardworking and diligent when it comes to your goals and the things that you want within your life, and limit the things that you don't. On the 15th, and when I say the things that you don't, it can even be relationships or bad habits or toxic things that you need to let go of. Toxic things, sometimes it can be something as simple as procrastination because it holds us back, or sometimes it can be a bad habit, something addictive. On the 15th, we have a full moon, and this is really focusing on your communication. And this is you could find yourself sending out emails, sending out text messages, dealing with paperwork, completing paperwork. This is where people want to communicate with you. Information can also come your way. Any information, could even be gossip. It's really good for thinking about learning. You could have either completed a course you've been learning or deciding to take a course to expand on how you can learn things in a different way. You could even be producing a course or writing some piece of material. It's a really good full moon for looking at any thoughts that are breaking your sense of self-worth and value and taking you away from achieving your dreams. On the 19th, we have Pluto now entering into behind you. And Pluto basically will be here until 2024. Pluto will be entering into Aquarius behind you. This is a lot of transformation to your mental health. It's showing you unhealthy patterns. It's showing you what you need to release and let go of. It might even bring the element of hidden enemies to light for you. Pluto here is about power dynamics, but it's more the power of your mental mind and your psychology and how you take care of you. So really take care of you on every aspect. On the 21st, we have the Sun now entering into the area of career, goals, reputation, sense of purpose. And 23rd, Mercury goes retrograde over the next 3 weeks. 30th, we have a new moon in the same area of life, goals, reputation, sense of purpose, drive, ambition, and what you want to put out into the world. Now, Mercury is retrograde at this time, so you will be rethinking these things. The new moon offers a new opportunity, but it feels like you are completing something. You're not really getting into anything new career related because it's almost as if there can be confusion around it. However, if you applied for anything way before the Mercury retrograde, say October, right? You can now get the answer during the new moon or during that Mercury retrograde that, hey, we'd like to sign you on board for this job. And if it's a goal that you've been working on prior, you could reap the rewards. You could also reap the recognition. But there are changes that you are making and undergoing when it comes to reputation, responsibilities. And when I say reputation, if you're not working, this is where people call upon you to lead in some way, host an event, lead this organization, do something. That's the thing. You are now going to be rethinking these things and looking at new ways in which you can lead and be responsible or be there for other people where you're in a position of leadership. And also your sense of purpose and the goals that you personally have, whether that goal is to take better care of yourself, whether that goal is to finish that art project. You're rethinking these things and seeing how you can work with them. Thank you so much.